今週も元気にやっていきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。どうですかね。やっとね、この企画も3週目に入ってきました。なので、なんとなくね、体もいい感じになってきてはいるんですけれども、そうは言ってもね、結構ね、まだいろいろと、朝起きのしんどい時もありますが、なんとなく徐々に体は慣れてきたかなっていうふうに思っている今日この頃でございます。はい、今日東京はね、すごい晴れてますね。なんか天気も良くて、いいなと、やっと春っぽくなってきたなって感じですね。なんか週末はちょっと雨も降ってましたけれども。なので、はい、ちょっとね、今週も、いい感じに晴れてるんで、元気にやっていきたいなというふうに思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。それではなんですけれども、ちょっと待ってね、よいしょ。それではやっていきたいなというふうに思いますが、よし、どうしようかな。今週もね、ウィークリーニュースアーティクルっていう教材をベースにちょっと最初勉強していきたいなというふうに思ってます。で、どうしようかな。よしよし。皆さん週末は休めましたか？いかがでしょうか？これ合ってんのかな？なんか怖いな。皆さん、言ってくれるんけど、合ってる？ちょっとお待ちくださいね。ちょっとだけお待ちあれ。よいしょ。よいしょ。大丈夫かな？ OK ですかね。じゃあ、やっていきましょうか。今週も元気にやっていきます。今週も使う教材はね、ウィークリーニュースアーティクルなんですけれども、どうしようかな。ちょっと待ってよ。じゃあ教材のところからね、ちょっと見ていきましょうか。今日は、これですね。タイトル。US worry about increasing number of falling insect species かな。アメリカが心配していると。何をやと。海外からの虫が増加していることについて心配しているよっていうタイトルかな、これは。いわゆる、何ですか、外来種っていうやつかな。それに対してちょっとビビってますよというところですよね。はい。なので、ちょっとそこに対するものをちょっとやっていくっていう話なので、やっていきたいと思うんですけれども、今日はいつもね、この月曜日からね、土曜日まで勉強はしますと。で、その中で、やることって決まっているんですよね。決めたものをやっていく。で、基本的には1週間ずっと同じ教材を深掘りでやっていくんですけれども、そういった学習方法を今取っているというところですね。で、今日は月曜日なので、まず、今回読むね、今のタイトルっていうのはね、3つぐらいあるんですけれども、それのファースト、セカンド、サードというのがあるんで、ファーストパラグラフっていうのを、読み込んでいくようなものを最初はやっていきます。はい。で、今回は、それをまずね、30分かけてリスニングするんですけれども、聞き取り、そして書き取り、そしてそれが合ってるかっていうところの文法チェックっていうところと、あとは音読ですよね。声に出して実際読みましょうというところですね。はい。水さんありがとうございます。おはようございます。いつもありがとうございます。じゃあね、ちょっと早速、まず、聞き取り、書き取りのところからやっていきましょうか。新しい教材なんでね、ちょっとね、またね、新しい教材になると楽器をなかなかね、聞き取れへんなっていう思うことがあるんですけれども、ちょっとやっていくしかないな。頑張ります。ウィーク3っていう感じですね。じゃあ、実際に教材を見てみましょうか。ちょっとね、慣れへん単語もあるんで、ここで確認。よいしょ。A worm。worm っすね。ミミズ何だろう。invade。はびこるとかか。beer。これビアって読むんや。バイアじゃないんや。beer。The announcement was sent to customers beer email。ビアなんや、これ。 VIA、beer って読むよね、これ。バイアって読んでた。beer、
spread,
spread。これは普通やね。
a hornet,
A hornet。スズメバチという意味らしい。A hornet。Be careful, there's a hornet in that tree. A hornet。よいしょ。ちょっと待ってね、これ教材皆さんに共有できるのかな。ちょっと待ってよ、自分の。ちょっとやってみよう。ちょっと待ちよ。多分概要欄アップできたから大丈夫かな。OK。じゃあやりましょうか。まずは聞いて書き取りっていうのをやっていきたいと思います。これちょっとね、時間またいつも通り押してますが、やばいやばい。ちょっとね、じゃあ時間一瞬計ってやっていきましょうか。この前8分ぐらいにしようか。じゃあ行きます。ちょっと時間計ってね、8分ぐらいこれをやっていきましょうか。ちょっとじゃあ音聞きながら書き取れるかやっていきましょう。
the weekly news article audio. Today in Science and Environment. U.S. worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading U.S. forests.
やばいやばい。
The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists
もう一回ちょっとごめんね。
worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worm.
The species worm called jumping なんちゃら
Worms is invading U.S. forests.
has invaded US forest。 ちょっとね、前置詞とか取れへんな。なんかあんま何言ってるか分からへんけれども、ちょっと一旦やっていきましょうか。
The worms are originally from Asia.
The worms are originally from Asia。 やすさんもおはようございます。ありがとうございます。Asia。
But scientists say that they probably came to the U.S. about 100 years ago.
やばい、長い。But scientists said came to US 100 years ago。 意味はわかるけれども、いつものごとく書けへん。まあちょっと取っていきましょうか。いけるところで。ちょっと待ってね。もうちょいか。
Via imported plants.
そういうことね。これがさっき言ったビアか。imported なんて言ってる ?plants。草かな。間違えた。
Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor.
Jumping worms cause 引き起こす。なんかを森のなんちゃらに引き起こす。フォレストフロアって言ってる？森の地面？ちょっと待って、これどこまでかわからへん。もうちょい。はい。
Which hurts native insects.
Which have native insects.
Lizards and birds.
lizard トカゲ and birds。 はい、多分ねここで終わり。そう、バーズで終わってるんでちょっと一旦終わりましたね。ちょっとなんとなくどうやろうな。今ちょっと書き取りましたけれども、全然ね微妙。正直言ってなんだろうな、意味はなんとなく聞き取れてますと。多分意味言えって言われたらなんとなくわかるんやろうけども、書き取れてない全然ね。これがしっかり書き取れるようになるまでやっぱこれ学習せなあかんので、ちょっともう一回ね繰り返しやっていきます。ちょっと時間まだあるんで。
Worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake in science and environment.
2回目ね。
U.S. worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms in science and environment.
待って。ちょっと待って。はい。ちょっと止まりたいところで止まらへん。
Science and environment. U.S. worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is
Jumping snake worm
invading U.S. forests.
Invading って言ってんな。進行形か。そうやわな。
The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the U.S. about 100.
They probably came to U.S.
years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms
Jumping snake
cause damage to the forest floor.
Cause damage to って言ってるかな。
Which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds.
はい。結構ね、2回目はちょっとマシになったかな。聞き取れるところが増えたかなって感じですね。今こんな感じ。ちょっとこういう、なんていうの？ピピピっていうやつで足してった感じですね。ちょっと文章っぽくなってるところがあるし、ちゃんと文法的にもいい感じになってるところもあると。なので、ちょっとまだもう一発いけるかな。あと1分なんで、ちょっともう一発やりましょうか。最後ちょっとこれで結構決めますね。
Today in science and environment, U.S. worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading U.S. forests.
As invading in US って言ってる気がするから in 入れます。
The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the U.S. about 100 years ago.
ざっと聞き取れました。イエイ。But scientists said that they probably came to US 100 years ago.
via imported plants.
Beer imported plants.
Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts
To the forest food, which...
native insects, lizards, and birds.
OK, 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 OK. 完璧や。はい、という形で終わりました。まあ、継ぎ足しであるんですけど、3回目まあ、来週は4回目ぐらいで結構ね、聞き取れましたと。なので、ちょっとこの感じで、次、この文法チェックっていうところなんでね、これは見てもいいんで、ちょっと確認していきます。赤ペンで添削かな。入れていきましょうか。もうあかん。間違えたらいきなり。ザとあや。例のやつや。なんでやろ、これ。頭悪いかな。species of と聞こえへんな。of worm called jumping snake. Worms is invading って言ってるんや。いらんのかい。 The worms are originally from Asia。 ちなみにワームのスペル全部間違ってる。 worms but scientists sayね that they probably came to the US came to ここがザかい the US about か 100 years ago beer imported plants あとね jumping snake worms cause はい damage to the forest floor which hurts hurts って言ってるのが傷つけるな which hurts native insects lizards もスペル間違えてんなand birds はい OK です。このね文法チェックはささっといけるんで、確認が今完了いたしました。その結果ですね、ちょっと見せていきましょうか。皆さんと共有したいなと思います。まずねこれspecies of worm かな。今日はザに聞こえてた。あとザ。なんでこれ間違えるかな。何回目やこれもう3週目やで。もう何回も同じミスするんちゃうよって言いたくなるけれども間違ってます。で、オブとかね、これ聞こえてへんな。オブってあるんや。でもこれ意味で捉えたらわかるよね。要は、ジャンピングスネークと呼ばれるワームの種かな。スピーシスという種かな。うん。で、これ何has じゃなくて is ね。is invading。まあ、現在進行形ってやつこれ。is invading。で、楽器はなんか知らんけど、in が聞こえてるように感じて、in はありません。US フォレスト。そのままで言っていい。で、どうやここあってね。The worms are originally from Asia. はい。But scientists say なんでせずにしたの But scientists say that they probably came to the US. The がいるね。The US. About 100 years ago. これ聞こえてへんな、完全な。100年ぐらいしか聞こえて。Beer imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor. ここ合ってんのね。Which hurts. これ多分傷つけるとか意味やな。Native insects とか lizard。これちょっとスペルミスただの。And birds。なので今のね、スペルミス除くと1、2、3、4、5、6、7。この短い、3センテンスで7つか。7つのミスが発覚いたしましたね。ちょっとね、ここをね、今回ウィーク3ですよ。要は最後90日ちゃうわ。約100日が終わる直前にはもうね、一発で初めて聞いたやつの文法のもしっかり取れるようになりたいよね。 そのためにはもう何回も何回もあれですけど、文法の細かいところを確認していく。そして自分の苦手なところを抑えていく。学級は何回も言うけど、あとはザ、あと前置詞、ザと。今回でもザと抑えれたな、しっかり。あとは they。この辺も抑えれた。でも細かいところがまだあるんで、そういったところをしっかり抑えてやっていくっていうところですかね。だから、ちょっとその辺もね、やっていこうかな。ちょっとじゃあ次ね、音読、残り時間、あと10分ほどあるんで、音読していきたいと思います。音読は1.25倍、ちょっと早めのスピードでね、やっていきます。口がね、慣れるまで。そしてこの時のポイントは、もちろん、このネイティブの言ってはる表現に完全に合わす。合わすっていうのがポイントっていうのと、あとは自分が発音できてないところっていうのがどこかっていうのを意識しながら、そこをちゃんと意識的に読む。要は自分が聞こえてへんやつは発音できません理論があるとのことなんで、ちゃんと自分が聞こえて発音できるようになったら、そしたらそれはじゃあ発音できるようになったら聞こえる説か。発音できるようになったら聞こえる説っていうのがあるんで、ちゃんと発音できるようになるっていうところをやっていきましょうか。なんでスピードをちょっと上げます。これね、スピードね、変えれるのいいっすよね。ちょっとじゃあスピードを上げてやっていきましょうか。
US worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading US forests. The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the US about 100 years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds.
やばい、クソ簡単かもしれへん。とか言っている割に聞こえへんのにな。なんでこれめっちゃ簡単や。繰り返しやりましょう。どこが言えてへんのよ。ちょっと文法とか意識してやらなあかんな。オブ、電池詞ね、イズ。この辺取れてへんな。ちょっとあとザとか意識してやっていきましょう。ちゃんと聞いて発音するね。
US worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading US forests. The worms are originally from Asia, but
ザって言ってへんな、これ。ちょっと待って。
forests. The worms are
ザって一瞬言ってるな。そういうことね。もう一回やりましょう。
US worried about increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading US forests. The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the US about 100 years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds.
はい、っていう形ですね。ちょっともう一発やろうか。ちょっとね。なんかでもね、比較的言いやすいね。今までの選手のやつね、TikTok のやつなんか難しかった。でもこれはマシかも。
Increasing number of foreign insect species. A species of worm called jumping snake worms is invading US forests. The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the US about 100 years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds.
はい、っていう感じです。ちょっとね、どうしようかな。第2、第3パラグラフも時間あるから、ちょっと読むだけ読んでみましょうか。どんくらい読んで一発で理解できるか。この辺もやっていきたいと思います。
Although the worms entered the US
どうしよう。聞く読むか。読みますわ。
lizards, and birds. Although the worms entered the US about 100 years ago, they've started to spread much faster over the past 15 years. In addition to the South and Mid-Atlantic, the jumping snake worms are now in some parts of the Northeast, Upper Midwest, and West as well. Scientists say that climate change may be the cause. As winters become warmer, the worms are moving into areas that used to be too cold for them. The Asian giant hornet, another foreign insect species, started to invade the US last.
あかんね。意味理解しようと思いながら読むと全然読めへん。ちょっと待ってね。Giant hornet, another foreign insect species started to invade the US last year. なんとなくわかるからいいか。なんとなくわかるからいいかって言ってこれで終わらせたらやばいな。なるほどね。外来種の話ですね。怖いですね。 要はやっぱし輸入される食物とかについてこう虫って入ってくるらしいですやん。昨日もなんかな、テレビでやってたな、なんかタニシか、なんか食用タニシみたいなのを日本が昔バーン輸入したと。ただ、それが全然売れへんで、それを、がなんか野生化したと。そしたらそのやつらが、要は日本の米を食うとるって言って、なんかテレビでね、問題みたいにやってたな。うん、なるほどね。いろんな問題あるんですね。どうしようかな。ちょっと、やすさんもディクテーション苦手だって言ってくれはりますけどね。やっぱディクテーション難しいですよね、これね。なんかでもね、なんか力つくらしいです。なんかって言ったら、もう全然説得力ないですけど、ちょっとそれをね、楽器が証明したいなと思うんで、どんなもん力つくんやというのを教えてくれんかというところをね、やっていきたいなというふうに思うんで、ちょっとね、やっていきましょうか。A species of worm called jumping snake worm is invading U.S. forests. The worms are originally from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the U.S. about 100 years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds. はい、っていう感じですね。次のとこも読んでみようか。Although the worms entered the US about 100 years ago, they've started to spread much faster over the past 15 years. はあはあはあ。100年前にアメリカ入ってきたけれども、この15年で、過去15年でめっちゃ広まったと。In addition to South and Mid-Atlantic, the jumping snake worm are now eastern part of the Northwest, Upper Midwest of West as well. はあはあはあ。エリアも拡大しとうと。Scientists say that climate change may be caused 気候変動が起こしたんちゃうかと。As winters became warmer, the worms are moving into air. ああ、なるほどね。As winter became warmer, あ、いいね。これ、as 何々 ER。これなんか昔習ったな、高校の時かなんか、中学校かな。As winters became warmer, the worms are moving into areas that used to be too cold for them. なるほどね。気候変動であったかくなるにつれて、そのワームっていうのも、心地いいところに移動してったんちゃうかと。あ、この表現では便利かも。as winters become warmer. 何々するにつれてみたいな表現ね。これ使えへんな、でも書きを。見たら分かった、今。で、The Asian Giant Hornet って、3つ、ね、スズメバチがいるやな。合ってるのかな、発音。The giant hornet and other falling insect species started to invade the US last year. あ、大きいスズメバチも another foreign insect species started to invade. また US を、アメリカを昨年侵略し始めましたと。The hornets are killing native honeybees and can be deadly for human as well. あ、怖いな。要はハニービアが多分ミツバチを倒していく。しかも人間も刺されたらやられちゃうよ。In Japan, あ、ジャパンの話ね。They kill around 30 to 40 people every year. あ、日本でも3、40人が亡くなってますよと。To stop the illness from spreading. ん to stop the illness from spreading in the US. Scientists have been hunting for their nests and destroying them. どういう意味や、ネストって。今便利ですよね。こうやって分からん単語あったらそのまますぐ調べれるから。どういう意味ネストって。ネストってそのままでいいやん。どういう意味や。分からへんな。なんかで調べても分からへんな、これ。なんや。Their nest and destroying them. Their nest? どういう意味や。まあいいか。分からんでもなんか分かりそうやな。はい、という形で、ちょっとね、じゃあ、今からレッスンに実際移っていきたいなというふうに思います。今回は初回なんですけど、まあね、一発レッスンちょっとやっていきましょうかっていうところで、どうしようかな。はい、もう30分になったんでやろうか。よーし、よし、よし、レッスンだ。よいしょ。一発で入れよ。頼むぞ。 イエーイ。じゃあ、やっていきましょうか。見えるかな？ごめんね、皆さんちっちゃいかもしれんな。
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning again.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Like,
you are wearing a good shorts.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a nice color.
It's a very good combination.
That's good.
Yes. So welcome back to the class again. And how are you feeling today? Again, it's a happy Monday morning.
Yeah, now it's a happy Monday morning because before coming to here, I finished my laundry and
Oh,
yeah, I finished.
wow. You did your chores early.
Yeah. I did my chores.
Okay, that's great. And
Yes.
how about your morning drink? Did you have it already?
Actually not.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and how about your weekend? Was your weekend relaxing?
Mm-hmm. Just good. I enjoyed running and I enjoyed whatever. How do I say? It's a push-up exercise.
You're working out.
Working out in the park. Yeah.
Wow, you enjoyed working out at the park. That's great.
And the last night I went to the it's a Sento. It's which one is a public bath which has a
yeah.
sauna. So I went there.
So you had a relaxing bath for hours, I guess.
Yeah, spent almost 2 hours.
2 hours. I
Yeah.
remembered in our last conversation, I guess you mentioned that to me, and I'm glad you finally did it.
Yes.
To have a long and relaxing
Yeah.
bath. Okay. So I'm probably guessing you have a very restful sleep last night.
Yes.
Good.
Right.
Good. And that means you're very ready for today's lesson.
Yes.
Good.
I hope
I
so.
will now send the link if you're ready, okay?
Mhm.
Please wait for a moment.
All right.
Okay, can you see the link?
All right. Let me open it.
Sure.
Has a weather in the pH.
Oh, right now it's starting to get sunny. It's very comfortable, I would say, in our area. Yes. How about there?
Yeah, it's getting warmer. So I mean,
Warmer, too.
it's coming to the spring.
Yes. But do you suffer from some kind of pollen allergy?
Yeah.
Or no?
Right.
You have that.
I have it.
Okay.
So it's a tough season actually, but I think it's 1 more month probably
Okay.
till end.
Then
our
it will soon end. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's now continue.
Mhm.
For today's article, we have a science and environment topic, and as requested, it's all about these topic on insects. So please read our article title.
All right. U.S. worried about increasing the number of foreign insect species.
Okay, foreign insect species. So, do you like insects?
I used to.
You used to.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was into space insect, but not anymore actually.
not anymore. Okay. Which insects do you hate or dislike the most?
Cockroach and.
Oh, same here. I hate them, especially those flying ones.
Yeah, cockroach. They are so fasting, moving fast.
Yes.
Sometimes they are
Yes.
flying.
I have a weapon for them.
What's weapon?
This one.
Wow.
Okay, actually this is for mosquitoes, but
Yeah.
I use them sometimes for some of those flying cockroaches because I really don't like them.
Is
Do
it?
you have this?
No. I think it's
Oh.
only the Philippines. I before
Really?
I before used to use. It have a electric something, right?
Yes, actually this can be charged. So this is electric powered, and it makes this sound every time it kills insects, especially mosquitoes. And I always have this beside me.
good.
Yes, so we call this the mosquito sweater. Sweater.
Sweater.
Yes, mosquito sweater.
Sweater.
Yes.
Sweater means what? Sweater.
Okay, well, sweater, it's just something that you use to actually hit or
Okay.
kill
Okay.
a mosquito, and usually with long handles.
Okay.
Generally to kill insects. There is even not electrically charged sweaters. It's more flat, and we use that. I remembered when I was younger, we used that to kill flies. We would like do that on the table. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yes. So it's just something long used to kill some insects. So sweaters.
Mhm.
Don't you have something like this in Japan?
We don't have actually.
Not. Well, probably Philippines just have a lot of mosquitoes there.
Yeah. For mosquito, we have a weapon, but its one is a kind of. How do I say it? When I put the fire, it's gonna be smog. Then
The
it's
mosquito coils.
probably that one.
Coils.
Then
Ah,
there is some medical smog. Then mosquito
yes.
is going to die or they're gonna be going away like this.
You know what I like about using the sweater? It's also a good exercise sometimes. You like playing badminton.
Yeah,
and
playing
tennis.
badminton.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the helpful words and phrases next.
Okay.
Please read all the words and the examples.
A worm. My father used worm to catch fish. Invade. The movie is about alien that invade New Zealand. Beer. The announcement was sent to customers' beer email. Spread. Information can spread quickly on social media. Hornet. Be careful, there are hornets in that tree.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you understand all these words already?
Yep.
Great. Now let's go to the article.
Mm-hmm.
So please read the first paragraph.
Alright. A species of worm called jumping snake worm is invading U.S. forests. The worms originate from Asia, but scientists say that they probably came to the U.S. about 100 years ago via imported plants. Jumping snake worms cause damage to the forest floor, which hurts native insects, lizards, and birds.
All right. Very good. Thank you for reading clearly. Do you have any questions there?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So, Gakio-san,
Mhm.
according to scientists, how did the jumping worms probably come to the U.S.?
Beer imported plants, so it
Yes.
means probably by ships or aircraft.
Yes, correct. Very good. Please continue reading our next paragraph.
Alright. Although the worms entered the US about 100 years ago, they've started to spread much faster over the past 15 years. In addition to the South and Mid-Atlantic, the jumping snake worms are now in some parts of the Northeast, Upper Midwest, and West as well. Scientists said that climate change may be the cause. As winters become warmer, the worms are moving into areas that used to be too cold for them.
Okay, so question. What has happened over the past 15 years?
Past 15 years, these worms are spreading so quickly,
Yes, you're
dramatically.
correct. Yes, you're correct. Very good. They started to spread much faster.
Much faster.
Correct. Please continue reading the last paragraph.
Okay. The Asian giant hornet, another foreign insect species, started to invade the U.S. last year. The hornets are killing native honeybees and can be deadly for humans as well. in Japan, they kill around 30 to 40 people every year. To stop the hornets from spreading in the US, scientists have been hunting for their nets and destroying them.
Okay. So, what are the scientists doing to stop the Asian giant hornet from spreading in the US?
The scientists hunting for their nets and destroying them.
Yes, okay. So, do you have any other questions related to the article?
Actually, nest. I didn't know the vocabulary, but maybe through the reading, I understand.
Yes.
Nest is a house of their.
Yes, you're correct. It's the
okay.
place generally where creatures lay eggs or for sheltering their younger.
Okay, got it. I understand.
Okay,
Nest.
that's right. Have you seen the hornets?
Yes,
Want to see
yes,
them?
yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Are they really big?
Yeah, it is really big, like my thumb. It's so
No,
big.
like the size of your thumb.
Mm,
Oh,
so big.
okay. Alright. So I've never seen a hornet before. I've only seen those bees that eat honey. The tiny ones.
In Japan, there are so many hornets, especially. Actually, we don't have a hornet in maybe the mid of Tokyo because
Oh.
there are no forests. However,
Oh, yes.
some rural area like in my hometown, we used to see the lots of hornets.
Okay, pretty scary, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I think the article is already clear to you, so
Uh-huh.
we can move on to the discussion part.
Okay.
There are two topics here, foreign species and insects. Which topic would you like to discuss today?
Foreign species.
Okay, so let's talk about foreign species next. First question, do you think it's okay for scientists to hunt and destroy the nests of foreign species? Why or why not?
All right. In my opinion, it's okay to for scientists to hunt and destroy the nests and the foreign species. This is because that main reason is protect the original species in that country. According to the article, by foreign species, probably not according to the article, but if my understanding is correct, by a foreign species, maybe the original species is going to destroy. So to
Okay.
protect their origin one, they should do that.
Alright, it's like preserving.
Yeah,
that kind of species.
preserve.
Okay, so should scientists ask regular people to also help in,
Mm.
In
Mm-mm.
that effort?
Yeah, if possible, I think to have regular people helping about this issue, it's going to first right to clear all of the issue. For example, in Japan, you know the black bass.
I'm sorry, the black
Black bass. I think it's called the name of the fish.
Oh,
It's a very
okay.
big
Ah,
fish,
alright.
black bass.
Bass. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
bass. Then now we have a big lake, some of the Japan. Then in that lake we have a black bass. Then actually this is a very popular fish for fishing the people.
Oh.
But as you may know, black bass also the species from the abroad.
I see.
So beard black bass, they are really love to eat Japanese fish. So
Okay.
Japanese government or Japanese city says, if you fish the black bass, you don't back to the lake. Just kill the black bass to protect the origin of our fish.
Okay. to protect the Japanese smaller fishes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and to avoid them becoming prey again.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's right. And so, in your opinion,
Uh-huh.
which foreign species
Uh-huh.
should the US focus on more? Based on this article, should it be the jumping snake worms
Uh-huh.
or these Asian giant hornets, and why?
Which?
Which, yes, I think both of these they have different damages done.
I understand. Okay. I think but we should we should kill on it first.
The hornets first.
The hornet.
Yes.
Because I
Very
have
deadly.
reason.
Okay.
Hornet is directly related to the human's life because they are
Yes.
killing to us. But on the other hand, worm,
Mhm.
jumping snake is not direct to our life. No, not
Yes.
they are not kill ourselves, but they're directly destroying the earth environment like
Yes.
hearts, native insects, lizards, and birds.
Right.
But
right.
I think more prioritized, which should, how do I say it?
To put more priority.
Yeah, to put more priority is hornet.
Okay, all right. So, very good answer. Now, instead of saying hornet is directly related to the human life, here is also a better way you can say that. We can say hornets have a negative impact
Uh,
on human lives.
hornet have a negative. Yeah.
Negative impact, yes. And speaking of the worms, you mentioned that they are directly destroying the environment. You can say they are destructive.
Destructive.
Yes, they are destructive insects because they destroy the environment.
What's that destructive?
Okay, so destructive, it means it's like to destroy.
Uh-huh.
They destroy something or they cause damages
Uh-huh.
to something or
Okay.
someone.
Mm-mm.
Okay. To cause severe damage or even harm sometimes.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So, do you have any other questions about these suggested words or sentences first before we proceed?
No, it's okay.
None. Okay. So, we go to the next question. Do you think it's possible for countries to 100% block foreign species from entering? Is that possible?
I'm sure it's impossible.
Impossible, yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
because now, lots of the things, including a human and also the, for example, like a food, clothes, whatever,
Yes.
where, this international time, the lots of the things is moving to the country to country.
Yes.
So, like, the insects, I think it's not so much big, right? It's a tiny one.
Yes, they
So
are very tiny.
we definitely probably cannot protect from the outside. So, I mean, maybe we are forced to accept these crazy things.
Okay, so speaking of foreign species, can you think of some examples of foreign species that can be found in Japan nowadays? What do you know of?
It's a black bass, as I said before.
Okay, the black
It's a
bass.
fish, and also it's an ant.
Ah, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
The red ones or the black ones?
I don't know the color, but I think it says it's so big ants. Then
The big ones.
yeah, then if human were bite it these ants, some of the people are going to die because of the anaphylaxis.
Okay.
Anaphylaxis.
Yes.
It's kind of the oh like this.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that's pretty scary.
Mm.
So, in in the area where you live, what's the most common insect that you somehow see?
In my area, yeah, I think it's ants, but
Ants.
maybe ants or fly or
Flies. Okay.
mosquito. It's the same as
I see.
same as the Philippines.
Yeah. Okay. So, in general, do you do something to avoid, having destructive insects in the household? Do you do something to protect yourself from them?
Actually not,
Not?
because
Okay.
my place is not the how do I say it's my place is a kind of the mansion. It's right a condominium. It's not only the one place. So I think
I understand.
some rural area they have their own house, right? I think
Yes.
for them it's very easy to get into the house. However, my
Correct.
place is the second place from the the floor.
Okay.
So for them it might be hard to coming to my house, my room.
I think so. So, all right. So instead of saying my place is the second place from
Mm.
the floor,
Mm.
you can also say I live on the second floor of
Ah.
this building.
Yeah, it's a simple. I live. I
On
live.
the second floor.
I live on the second floor.
Okay. So I think in general, insects can be both good or bad, right? And what we don't want to encounter are the bad ones, insects that are destructive.
Uh-huh.
We call them pests.
Pests.
Do you know pest?
Pests.
Yes.
Destruct-
So in general, a pest is an insect that is destructive. They damage plants
Uh-huh.
or
Uh-huh.
even food.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Destructive insects in general. So for example, we have the kind of bugs, for example, that eat plants.
Mm-hmm.
Those can be pests.
Ah.
All right. Do you have other questions here?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So I don't think we have much time left anymore, so I will give my feedback now.
All right.
Please check your chat box. All right, just give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So based on today's lesson, you were able to learn some words today.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it now?
Okay.
So for example, we have the word destructive. So what is destructive?
To cause damage or
Here.
harm.
Okay, that's correct. And you also learned what pests are. What are pests?
Destructive insects.
Yes. Can you give examples of destructive insects?
To eat, to kill.
Okay, so example would be worms.
Worms,
Okay.
hornet.
Bugs, hornets, yes,
Worms.
those are good. Okay, and please read also the better sentences that are in your chat box.
Hornet have negative impact on human lives.
Mm,
They are destructive insects.
yes. Now for coherence, great job. You were able to speak logically and at length today. And for phonology, I'm very impressed today. You were able to speak and pronounce your words correctly. That's great.
Yeah.
Son. And there's a minor grammar correction. So you said my place is the second place from the floor. Please be the correct one.
I live on the second floor of this building.
Right.
I live on
Okay.
the
So
second floor.
live on the second floor. Okay. So thank you very much for having me today.
Yeah.
And hoping you'll enjoy the rest of your Monday.
Yeah.
Gakio-san.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah,
Okay?
you too.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Yeah. はい、ということでね、終わりました。月曜日ね、いい感じでしたね。何がいい感じかっていうと、今回のテーマ、話しやすかったですね。前回は、TikTok で、なんか、ソーシャルメディアをどう規制していくかとか、なんかその辺やったんで、ちょっとね、もう、そもそもの話すところが難しかった。なんか、日本語でもちょっとなんか、意見出しにくいなって感じでした。ただ今回はいわゆる外来種の問題やったんで、なんか比較的ね、身近にブラックバスとか、言いますよね。だからそういったところやったら、ね、話しやすかったですね。ただ使ってる単語がね、まあ自分で喋ってて思うんですけども、やっぱ知ってる単語しか使えてないから、もう少しね、ちょっとレベル上げていきたいなっていうのはあるんで、まあそういったボキャブラリーっていうのもちょっと増やしていかなあかんなっていうふうには思ってます。なので今日ね、先生に教えてもらったものは、青文字にしてます。なので、今日はどうやろうな、まあ、大きく言うと5つぐらいの文章を教えてもらったんで、これを残り、5日間か、今週かけて、それをね、全部出していったろうかなというふうに思ってます。なので、こうやってボキャブラリーをどんどん増やしていくっていう学習をやっていこうかなというふうに思うので、はい、やっていきたいなというふうに思いますね。ありがとうございます。通勤中見ていただいて、本当にありがとうございます。通勤中やのに。してから見てみますねって。はい、ありがとうございます。まあ皆さんもね、ここでまあ、表現とか学んでいただけるっていうのもあるかもしれないんですけど、こうやってね、なんか一緒にね、勉強してるっていうところで、少しでもね、やる気を出していただければなと思います。やっぱ英語ってね、なかなかね、やる気出すの難しいところあると思います。特に、なんやろな、今、もう直近の、もう近々の課題で英語が必要な人やったらもしかしたらやる気ね、出るかもしれんけれども、まあ、中長期で見て英語をちょっと頑張りたいなとか、トイックこんくらい取りたいなとかいう方だったらなかなかね、こうモチベーションを継続するのが難しいんで、まあ、こういったものをね、通して少しでもまあ勉強のモチベーションになってもらえたらなっていうふうには思いますんで、もしね、よろしければ、まあ、朝とかこういうの見ながら一緒に勉強していただくもよし、他はもし帰っていただいて、まあ、電車の中とかでね、もしこうやって風に聞いていただけたらそれもいいかなと思いますんで、ぜひぜひ、引き続き、学校のやつよろしくお願いいたします。はい。じゃあね、今日はこれで終わりたいなというふうに思いますので、皆さんね、今日はね、めちゃくちゃ晴れとるわ、東京は。という形で、今日もね、元気よく働いていきたいなというふうに思いますので、皆様、また明日からもどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。なんか大丈夫ですかね？ご質問とかないですかね？ありがとうございます。いいですかね？はい。じゃあね、また明日同じ時間にやらせてもらいますんで、明日は、ディスカッションのところをちょっとメインにやっていくのと、リスニングちょっと違う内容のものをやっていくんで、まあそういうところをね、ぜひ一緒にやっていければなというふうに思いますんで、よろしくお願いいたします。はい。それではね、またやりましょう。良い一日を。ほなね。